Hello friends, you're with the Lonesome Gamer, and I'm still playing Talisman. But it might be a short game. The Dwarf is far in the lead, he's in a real good shape. He's got already 8 strength, great followers, good items. So right now he's here in the cliff, in the Dragonland expansion, which is fan-made by the way, and he might consider now moving onward with the goal to get as soon as possible here to the Dragon Tower. But first we do the scout. And by the way, one cool thing is we all managed to recover. The scout and the priest, they were in a very, very bad shape for a long time, but they managed to come back, still, at least concerning life points, but they're not doing really good when it comes down to their skills. Okay, so we got a 2 for the scout, and, well, hard to tell. What does he want to do? It's really not that simple. He could move to the temple, risk something, or go to the woods. He could add 1, that's his special ability. Yeah, I think he moves to the temple and is gonna pray there. Let's hope for a good roll. He doesn't have a golden fate here. Oh fuck, that sucked. That's gonna be bad. Lose a life. Well, okay. Could have been worse, I guess, but it's definitely not good. And the dwarf. Make sure not to forget the dragon markers here. That's a green one. And that is a 4. So he can now move here. He might say, okay, you know, I think he's gonna do this. He's gonna 1, 2, 3, 4. He wants to encounter this dragon marker before he moves in this outer region. He's so far in the lead, he can take his time here. So he can now draw that card here, a dragon matriarch. Add 1 to the dragon's attack score for all other face-up dragons in every region. Wow, that sounds very impressive. Luckily it's not that bad, because there are not many dragons. I think there's actually none. Yeah, no dragon. So there's only this one, and that's no big deal. I think she cannot win. There is no way for her. Wait a minute. That was... No, I'm fine, yeah. He's got, I don't know, an amazingly high number. Yeah, that's definitely enough. And that gives him another strength point then. And in addition, he gains that dragon marker. So basically now every turn he earns a strength point. And oh, by the way, I forgot that. If you pointed out that you can never go below your starting value, so the priest should actually be at a strength of 2. I'm gonna fix that. I'm gonna give him that. Brings him in a better position here, no doubt. And now, I think I forgot that earlier on, we have the divine retribution here. Whenever a character kills an enemy during this turn, he may take an extra turn. So that means he can move on right away. Oh, and we gotta draw another counter for the dragons. That's a green one, so we get a new dragon king. Yep, there we go. And that's a 6, and now I'm gonna move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Gonna move right here to the Dragon Mountain. Gotta draw a card. We'll see what happens. It's a trapdoor. Ugh, shit. That's bad luck. Move your character to the dungeon entrance or any face-up dungeon door. The trapdoor is then discarded. Fuck. I didn't expect that. And that's sad, because I really wanted to kill the dragons here. Now I gotta fight my way through the dungeon. And that also means that I gotta set up the other board and gotta shuffle all the stuff. So, well, I'll be back in a minute with the priest's turn. Okay, so here we are now. I've set up the dungeon board and I ended up here now. And I realized that this is actually a pretty stupid idea, because I don't want to move through the dungeon. I can simply move back, cross the ruins here, pass by the sentinel, and then end up here and move through the portal of power. This is going to be a much faster way, and there is no reason not to do it that way. Everything else just might bring me into more trouble. So I guess it is not necessary to move through the dungeon. And I moved my characters over here now. I just wonder, dungeon entrance, yeah, so I can easily move back here. I was wondering though, I might have cheated with the dwarf, because I realize now he has only a single point of craft. I think there was a card, I'm not sure though, where he was able to move, or I don't know what it was, to bring all his points, all his craft points onto his strength, or something like that. And I wonder if it is possible to do, if you can only bring the craft points you gained, if you only can take these and add them to your strength, or if you really can take your whole craft, also including your starting craft. And I doubt that now. So I guess maybe that was not legal, and that might have given him some advantage. I'm also not sure where that actually happened. Maybe I'm gonna check some of the old cards. Let me see. Okay, actually I decided I want to move with the dwarf through the dungeon. I mean, he's a dwarf, and it's a dungeon, okay? And there's lots of gold in there. So there is no rational behavior if you are a dwarf and you stand in front of a dungeon door. So it makes perfectly sense to me, actually, to move through the dungeon. Okay. So, and that means we're going to see the priest. And he's got a slumber token, which he must now place on a dragon, but there is no dragon, so he must place it on any other monster. And we got the scavenging beasts here. And let's see. We can bring this here. And now he's going to move. That's a 5. That would bring him here into the fields. And he's got that dragon lore, so he might actually try 3, 4, 5. Or here. Well, he could face the dragon on both spaces. The question is, where does he want to go in the end? Well, what is it with this Atlas of Al-Balki? You may spend 1 fate to move 1 terrain card. Okay. 1 space in your region to any other space in your region. Okay. I wonder what happens if we move it on the sentinel. I'm not sure, we gotta look that up. I think I might... Can I do this anytime? Yeah, seems so. Okay, so I'm gonna go into the direction of the city, and we'll see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I'm gonna encounter that dragon marker that allows me to draw a second card if I don't like the first one. That's a Dream Singer. Place a total of 4 sleep tokens here when revealed. Once per visit you may take 1 sleep token from the Dream Singer and place it on an enemy in any region. When all 4 have been taken, the Dream Singer departs to the discard pile. That's not bad, and there is always a risk. I mean, we could go on. We have the armor. Yeah, we gotta risk something here. I don't take that Dream Singer. I want to take another one. Okay, that's the Dragon Whelp. If you attack and do not kill the whelp, move this card to another dragon of your choice. Strength of 3, so I might be able to kill this guy. I got a strength of 2. The dragon also has only a strength of 2. So with a little bit of luck, we might be able to do this. Nope. Okay, so we lost that battle. Yeah, he's got a 5, so a reroll is also not very useful. So I think this guy stays then here, because there is no... Oh! Yeah, because there is no other dragon. And I'm gonna simply lose a life. Well, then we'll see the scout again. That's a green marker. So, let's see. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Would be the runes, maybe not so bad. 4, 5. Well, that would be the Hidden Valley. I think I'm going to go there and draw 3 cards, hope for something good. Well, these are 3 Harbinger cards. That's dangerous. Still, I'm going to do it. Okay, so first, we have 2 events here. Let's see. We got Rising Waters. That means we gotta flip this now to night, and that card goes away. And goes here. A great deluge envelops the land. Oh, and this guy is actually moved here, I guess. All characters roll 1 die. Each character with the lowest result must miss his next turn. Then place a Floodland terrain card on the space of one of the characters with the lowest result. The waters then drain away to the discard pile. Okay. So that's the scout and the dwarf. And the priest. Oh, it's the priest. Okay, so I guess that this shit goes away. Pretty sure these guys will die. And we're gonna place a floodplain card there. So, here we are, the Floodland. Draw 1 card and ditch 1 card. So, oops, that is placed now here. And we got 2 more cards. The third sign, that doesn't sound promising. So first it's another event. That means that, flip this again. Rivers and springs shall grow foul and bitter, making sick all who drink from them. Each character loses 1 life, then discard the top omen along with this card. Okay. Oh, I forgot. The dwarf. He should have lost. Oh gosh, he's in big trouble now. The dwarf lost a life because the priest lost a life. He lost a life because the scout lost a life. And now these two suckers also lose a life. So that means the dwarf loses... I'm not sure actually. Another character loses life. Whenever another character loses life. I'm not sure if he loses life... Okay, now this is an interesting question. It says now each character loses a life, but it says also whenever another character loses life, you lose one life. I'm not sure that I lose 2 additional life, because I already do lose a life. Now this is tricky, because it means do I lose 3 life, which nearly kills me, or do I lose only a single life? And that's an interesting question. Okay, I'm going to play it that way, that I only lose a single life. Because that's exactly what happens. I'm not sure, but it says whenever another character loses life, you lose 1 life. And that's what I do anyway. So... I think I don't lose 2 additional lives here. But I'm not certain about this. It's hard to tell. But I won't do it. It's really... It would be pretty terrible. Okay, and then we go on. We have the 4th omen now. And that is famine. And behold, the 4th seal was broken, and upon a black horse came a rider. She held a pair of balances in one hand and brought hunger to the world. Each character in the same region as the harbinger must lose either 1 strength or 1 craft. Whenever a character defeats another character, he may gain 1 strength or 1 craft. Okay, so that means we lose... Hard to tell. Well, he's got to lose that, and we got to lose also a craft here. Oh no, wait a minute. The priest doesn't lose it. Actually, only the... Yeah, I think only because only the scout loses it, because it says in the same region. Yeah, okay, so in this case, the priest is still fine, so is the dwarf. But the scout, he lost 1. And finally, oops, more scavenging beasts? Yeah, indeed. Strength 3. Okay, so we see a fight here. And that's a victory. Oh shit. That was a stupid idea. Wait a minute. No, I think it's true. I thought he might be able to cancel the event with this card, but it's not possible. So, in the end, he killed the beasts, and he cannot discard another trophy, which would be necessary, but it's not possible here. So, yeah, he simply gets this as a trophy, and that's it then. Pretty bad. Yeah. So we see the dwarf now. Okay, so he's now moving in the catacombs, or in the dungeon. 3 spaces, 1, 2, 3. That's a library. Roll a die to see what knowledge the ancient book contains. And that's a 3 to 4. Discover secret passage. Immediately take an extra turn. That's nice. That's a 5. 3, 4, 5. That's the cavern. Okay, cool. Draw 2 cards. Okay. 2 more enemies here. An umbra spider is infesting this area. It will remain here until it is killed. And a hobgoblin, strength 3. Brutal hobgoblin is stalking this area. Well, it shouldn't be too hard for me. I got a strength of 10, including this thing. This guy gives me a plus 3, so I'm at 13. Because I'm evil. No, I'm... Oh, shit. Actually, I'm not evil. I'm neutral. I made a mistake here. I'm neutral. So it will give me only 2 additional strength. But I think it doesn't really matter. Yeah, I think that wasn't too important during the last battles. I was so dominant there. And this only helps against dragons, I think. So I got, what was it, something like a 13 or so. So let's see. Shouldn't be a big deal. Yep. Okay, managed to kill these guys, and I gain another strength point. Okay. I'm really rampaging here through the dungeon. Nearly made it halfway through yet, so very good. The priest, that's a 2. And where does he want to go? Well, probably here. Might try to encounter this dragon token there with his dragon law. Still an advantage here. So that is a gold dragon. Yeah, okay, that's not the one we're gonna fight. Yeah, there's no chance that we can beat this guy. So I got to draw another card, or I'm allowed to draw another card, and that's Dragon Dawn. Discard sleep tokens on all dragons in every region, then discard this card. Yeah, okay, that has no effect because the sleep tokens are only on other enemies here. A scout. A6. 3, 4, 5, 6. Could move here, which doesn't help. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, I mean, you can go back to the temple and pray again, and maybe he's a little more lucky this time. That's a 6. That's good. Gain 1 strength. I mean, he can, that's also a way could be also a strategy, you know. Just move around here, move to the castle. If you lose any points, if you lose any life points because of the prince as a follower, he can heal there. And try to get to the temple as soon as possible. Or as often as possible. Hard to tell. It really is. I don't know what he wants to do. And again, the dwarf, and again we have to draw from our cup here. Now that is a 1. That's not so great. Brings him to the corridor. Draw a card. Okay, we got the Vassal of Darkness. The Vassal of Darkness has a craft of 3 if you are evil, craft of 6 if you are neutral, or craft of 9 if you are good. If you kill it, gain 1 craft. Well, that's not looking good because I have only a craft of 1. Nah, that sucks. What is it with this? The Stones of Wisdom. I think I'm gonna use that shit. You may cast these stones at any time. Discard the Stones of Wisdom after you've used it. Yeah, maybe that's a good idea. Let's hope for something good here. That's a 2. Well, at least it's not a poison, so that gives me an additional craft. And now things are looking better. So, because it's daytime, we both have now a craft of 2. And I made it. Very good. No, actually, this is of course not true, because this sucker has a craft of 5, because I'm neutral. So, I lost. I could try to reroll though, but the scout is going to prevent me from doing this by simply spending an evil fate. So, yeah, that's not going to happen. And I've lost this. 4. Bad luck. So, I lose another life, and this isn't so great anymore. I mean, if the others now lose life, I could end up dead pretty soon. But, yeah, this is about a battle. Shit. This is not looking good. Is there a way to heal somewhere in here? Wasn't there a kitchen? Yeah, here we could heal. So we might want to move here into the kitchen if we're lucky. We might be able to heal there. So, it's the priest again. He draws a green dragon marker, and he can roll a die. Now this is a 2. So what does he want to do? Well, he might either... Yeah, I think he simply moves back here and tries to encounter this dragon card again. So that's a wyvern with a strength of 5. Huh. I don't know. I think I don't want that. Shit. Yeah, I don't want that. I'm gonna discard this guy and draw another one. That's an event. It says Castle Raid. Draw 4 cards from the Dragon's King deck and place them face up on the castle. Discard any events without resolving their effects, then discard this card. Okay, so, first of all, that was an event. That means this thing here, flip side, it also means that this sucker moves now here in the outer region. In addition, we got to draw 4 cards from the yellow dragon deck. And let's see what we got here. A radiant dragon with a strength of 7. With a craft of 7. It does a breath attack, roll a die. If the result is equal to or higher than your craft, you must discard all of your fate. So that's pretty sure that's too much for the scout, who is in the middle region, so he could think about moving there. There is the Cadora's Acolyte with a strength of 2. That would not be so bad, but we have a stranger, fairy dragon. The fairy dragon will grant one of the following wishes of your choice, then vanish to the discard pile. Spell, gold, strength, craft, life, fate. Or teleport. That's kind of neat, but... well, and a Dragonfire Warlock. First character to visit the Warlock and discard one of his dragon scales gains a talisman. Neat, but useless. Still, this Radiant Dragon... he's the guy blocking the space here. But maybe with a sleep marker, we might be able to bring it down to 4. And then we have a chance against him. So that could be an option. Still, we might now also consider maybe moving to the Rune Gate and teleporting on any other region. Who knows? Okay, so that was the priest. And for some reason I got a feeling that he's always the guy who comes up with the real bad things, who always triggers the new omen cards to be drawn and things like that. I think it's always the priest, actually. So, we see now the scout once again. And we have a new Dragon King. Varthrax. And this goes now into the desert. Okay. So that is a 6. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think I'm going to move on to the Rune Gate and maybe move on to some other region here. It's now kind of dangerous here in the middle region, but I have only these, I have only 2. I have only 2 life. Shit. Well, so, yeah, but I don't know. As long as this Radiant Dragon here, there's not much hope that I can move back to the castle to heal. Therefore, I might as well go on to another world. Okay. So it's really sucks. The Dwarf once again. That's a 3. 1, 2, 3. The Vault. Draw 3 cards. Let's hope this is not too bad. I'm not good in craft. I see. Oh, whoa. I see a lot of problems here. A Black Elf, craft 3. Servant of Darkness, craft 3. And the Goblin King, craft 5, strength 5. So that guy isn't a challenge. Add 1 to the Goblin King's strength during battle for all other face-up enemy cards that have the word Goblin on the Hobgoblin or Hobgoblin in their title. Well, none of these. In all regions. Oops. Let's see. Still no problem here. I think I don't even have to roll here. I'm gonna do it anyway. Oops. Okay. So this guy is killed. That was no problem. But these suckers are. And it is nighttime, so that means they both have a craft of 4. So that means we have to fight a craft of 8. Yeah, that's not gonna work. Actually, I think I should have had another craft because I killed this Vassal of Darkness. which gives me a craft. Still, I'm in big trouble, and yeah, I think I'm simply gonna take a hit here. There's probably not a lot I can do against that. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. So, it's looking not good for the dwarf anymore. He was a little too optimistic here, and he loses another life point. And, well, let's see what the priest comes up with. Now remember, if one of these suckers now loses a life, the dwarf is also dead. Okay, that's a 4. 4. Yeah, hard to tell. Well, I think we go for this one. Oh, I should have taken a marker here. And I'm going to encounter another dragon card. That's a dragon's lair, strength 7. I better don't do that. So I'm going to use my dragon law and draw another card. Okay, that's an amber dragon, also strength 7. I got to face a breath attack first. Oh shit. Well, we'll see. Okay, that's a 6. So if the result is equal to or higher than your strength, you must miss your next turn, and then I gotta fight this guy. And my chances are really low here. So actually this guy has a strength of 8. And yeah, that wasn't too great. So I'm down. No, actually, I could still roll because I got my armor. And I'm fucked. Yeah, I'm fucked. And so is the dwarf. Shit. Wow, that sucked, man. Okay. Okay, so that's pretty crazy. I mean, he nearly was already the winner. At least it seemed so, and now he's really gone. Okay, so this game might go on for much longer now, because actually we are in the situation where nobody is really in a good shape. We got to start with a new character here, and once again, the priest was the one who brought everyone else into trouble. So what does that mean? Well, I think, if I'm not mistaken, all this shit here stays now here on the board. But it's gonna be not so easy to get this stuff, because there are also these two guys here, and gold. So that's all here in the vault. But yeah, the dwarf is gone, and I think these 3, they go actually. I think the next character can actually take them, if I'm not mistaken. Doesn't make a lot of sense, but I think that's what happens. And yeah, so I think that's actually a good time to load it up. And in the next video we're going to see who takes his place. He was a brave fighter, but in the end, I don't know, he died of something, a heart attack or something, because the priest was defeated by the Amber Dragon. That's really crazy stuff. Okay, so hope to see you on the next video or on lonesomegamer.com. Bye.